Hey guys, it's Mike from Slinger Money. Slinger.money is our website. On Twitter, you can find me at Slinger Money. Look, I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with OTC GTII. I've been getting a lot of calls and emails, questions, concerns, that sort of thing, relating to the reports that I've been putting out over the past few days. Now, look, I want to start off by saying I'm not a social media guy. This is literally the first time I've ever posted a video to social media ever in my entire life since I was a kid. I never had social media. I never had my face on the internet. I never did any of that bullshit. But for this situation, I think it's worth it. And so here I am, world. Fucking love it or leave it. I put together a few notes to help me along this video, to keep my thoughts gathered, and just get this thing started. So, first thing I want to say is I've been in the markets for about 10 years. I'm a full-time investor, full-time researcher, and just generally curious about all things money, how to make it, how it works, that's that sort of shit. As long as I've been around the money markets, the stock market, I've been aware of the naked shorting racket that has been destroying companies. I quickly got switched on to Patrick Byrne through the Looking Glass and the Smith on Stocks blog, who does great work and has great material on counterfeiting stock and illegal naked shorting. And, through some older guys that are more experienced and smarter than me, they've told me, why are you calling it naked shorting? Like, this is counterfeiting. Counterfeiting is what it is. This is fake. Fake money, fake shares. And the SEC, FBI, whoever, they'd have a way different attitude if I was counterfeiting $100 bills than I was counterfeiting stock, which is something that goes on every single day. So I just want to get that out of the way. Onto the GTII situation. Back in the day, GTII was the perfect victim at the time. They were a low floater, which means they didn't have a lot of stock available, and they had no assets, they had no money. So they were the ideal candidate for a predatory lending loan, which comes in the multiple forms, but primarily into convertible notes, which essentially allow the lender to convert at a price which is at a huge discount to market, essentially selling free stock all the way down to zero, destroying the company. And what they do at the same time is they get their buddies to naked short the stock because they know it's going to zero. And oftentimes they'll rinse, repeat, and do an RS and then just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And I've known about this because I've been dealing in the OTC, and I've followed all these companies. They keep changing their names. Kodiak, Asher Enterprises, to name a few. I wasn't going to name names, but there's a few. There it is, guys. If you got a problem with me, reach out. Whatever. Now, these guys, they toxic death spiral stocks and ruin companies. These companies could be great companies, but they don't have access to traditional financing because they're in the OTC or they don't have credit or for whatever reason. So they turn to these predatory lenders and they end up getting fucked. These companies dilute the company with heavily discounted stock through convertible notes while currently naked shorting to absolute zero and beyond. it's absolutely disgusting. GTII was one of those companies. I've seen many. But what these stock counterfeiters didn't depend on was that the new management in GTII paid off the note. So that removes their ability to convert and sell these fugazi fucking shares, killing the price all day long, every single day. And then this truly heroic management team, who actually seems to give a fuck about shareholder value and its shareholders, it is adding value to the company. They're doing, I got notes here, a bunch of shit through digital currency, digital wallets. They're doing, partnerships with big companies like Alt5 to launch platforms, wallets. They're acquiring fine art NFT, all the hot shit that's in the NFT market and the crypto market, which I don't even begin to understand, but that's not the case. Doesn't matter what I think, it matters what the market thinks, right? Now, what these guys absolutely did not expect was to have this loan paid off. And they did not expect for this management team to step in and start building shareholder value, acquiring assets, and entering discussions for beneficial M&A. M&A, for anyone that doesn't know, mergers and acquisitions. This brought a lot of eyes to the stock, and of course, as a result, increased the stock price dramatically. I printed cue cards. So along with these moves and the stock moving, and man, the CEO is putting out so much news and doing so many deals. There are so many deals that I'm in right now. I wish we're being run by the CEO, because he's actually fighting back and fucking pushing for his shareholders. Like, the amount of fucking bullshit penny stocks that I'm holding that don't put out any news is ridiculous. I would love to talk with this David Reichman guy and pick his ear and maybe get him to talk to some other guys. But anyways, I'm getting off track here. That's not on my cue cards. Along with all the moves this guy's making, this brought an army of people who are sick to death of a corrupt, unjust, fucking one-sided, unfair stock market, which ruins his businesses, ruins his lives, what the fuck am I saying? It ruins lives, it ruins families, it fucks people out of money, and at the end of the day, for all we know, they're killing companies that could be coming out with the next cure for cancer, AIDS, autism, or some other amazing technology that humanity would benefit greatly from. So it's bad. It's bullshit. All just so they can print money and enrich themselves. These greedy... It's a mafia. It's straight up mafia shit. But this attracted a whole lot of fucking badass motherfuckers who are on Twitter, and they're calling it out, and they're exposing this counterfeiting bullshit, which has been occurring for decades, but all of a sudden, because of GME and AMC, it's getting a little bit of news coverage, so they're capitalizing on that, and we're exposing it, and we're talking about it, and anybody has any questions, go to the previously mentioned blogs, go to a GTII shareholder. These guys are incredibly informed in terms of how all this shit works and how dirty this game actually is. And anyways, this whole army of guys that came in, they're putting a lot of money into this stock. I'm putting a lot of money into this stock. I'm a big shareholder. And this is driving the stock price up even more. And this means big trouble for the Naked Short Boys. Because to maintain a short position, you require margin. If the stock is at 1 cent, it's negligible. It doesn't matter. But when that stock goes from 0.01 to $2, that's a much bigger problem, and that's a much bigger margin requirement. Every single session, they continue their manipulation of the markets. They're selling counterfeits. They're wash trading. They're passing positions through friendly entities to get around the reg show. I'll get into that another time with you guys. You can always email me questions. I can't even think of the new email off the top of my head. Reports@slinger.money, or hit me up on Twitter. But yeah, if you don't know how it works, ask a GTII shareholder. These are some of the most informed investors I've ever met. Next up, I thought we would win anyway. I got into this stock around $1. I was told about it at like 30, 40, 50 cents. I was like, fuck, whatever. I missed the boat. But the more I learned and the more I saw the CEO taking action, the more I was kind of like, okay, I can get on board with this. And I also like the movement. We've got a group of bad motherfuckers who are really fighting hard, tooth and nail, to roast these shorts and to change the game. That's the ultimate thing. It's not about this one stock. Like, we need to fix this broken fucking settlement system, which has been known about for decades, but nothing's been done about because we're run by a criminal oligarchy. The SEC calls it a fraud and does nothing. What is that? What do we have the SEC for when they know about an act of fraud and do nothing? It's because there's so much money involved, and I dare to say I'm a conspiracy theorist through and through. I'll admit, I'll say they're complicit in it. Anyways, I thought we would win anyway because David Reichman, he's putting out all these press releases, doing all these deals, with all the crypto stuff I previously mentioned. But after the most recent GTII PR, which is titled GTII and We Super Green signed binding LOI to explore business combination, I thought this might be the biggest announcement yet, and perhaps the final nail in the coffin for Shorty Counterfeiter over here. I'm going to read you some quotes. Hold on, I'm thirsty as fuck. This is a long video, much longer than I was anticipating. So, in this PR, GTII's chairman and CEO David Reichman stated, "This has the potential to be the company's most exciting strategic transaction yet, as We Super Green has remarkable renewable energy technology and many potential deals in the pipeline." And I checked out their website. They're working with some pretty big players, and it sounds like they've got some pretty legit technology. So I'm no professional, but check it out for yourself. Their website is wesupergreen.com, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Next quote was from Calvin Cow. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Who's the founder, chairman, and CEO of We Super Green. He added, "We are planning on bringing our disruptive renewable energy technology to countries throughout the world, and a potential merger with GTII could help us accelerate our growth and could enable shareholders to benefit from that growth." Now, it sounds to me, both these guys are on board, kind of like all the soldiers that are against this counterfeiting bullshit. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe they're just doing business. But I don't know. There's something about these guys. I like them. I like them so far. I lost my place here. Anyways. Okay, here we are. Now look, I'm having difficulty determining the valuation, the real valuation, dollar valuation of We Super Green. But based on their vision, their projects, their management, their breakthrough technology, and it's in the green space, which we all know is hot as fuck right now. Smarter than me, smarter men than me have asserted that the valuation could be in the billions. And these are just guys that I talk to on Twitter, who I respect, who post good DD, good research, and they're talking billions with a B. I encourage all of you to check out the website. I already said that, so I'm not going to reread that again. WeSupergreen.com. Now, back to Shorty. I can't confirm this personally, but smarter men than I estimate Shorty is 80 million shares naked. So 80 million counterfeit shares out on the market, which if some event triggered it to happen, they would have to buy out of the open market. They have to come from somewhere. Right now, they don't exist other than journaled into people's accounts, I guess. I probably have a bunch of them. 80 million shares naked, that would require approximately $200 to $300 million in margin. So clearly, the guys we're dealing with here, these guys aren't broke. Or maybe they are and they just have like the dumbest prime broker ever fucking backing them. I don't know. I know nothing. I'm speculating on all of this shit based on shit I'm reading online and people I'm talking to through my networks, right? But somehow they've been maintaining that margin, allowing them to stay short. So somebody's backing them or they've got the cash so far. What I find interesting though is just 1 week after the We Super Green PR, a rumor started floating around the street, and that means Twitter as well. And that rumor, the word on the street that I just heard yesterday, and again, these are rumors. I'm not stating these as facts. I don't know shit. Is in terms of these guys out chasing additional capital to maintain their short positions. They got their final no. And it was a hell no. And it was from their final friend in the market. Their final option for getting the capital required to hold this short position. So take that for what it is. If that's the case, I don't know. We could see some fireworks coming up pretty soon. Now, look, I'm no rocket surgeon, but my question is, what happens when a stock with a $500 million market cap merges with a company worth billions? What happens to the shorts? Do they just not pay? Do they flee the country? Do they go into hiding? My understanding is ultimately the prime broker is responsible and has to make this situation right. Which prime broker it is, I don't know. But somebody's got a huge mess on their hands. I'm thinking one day we might wake up to a giant candle like we've seen on so many other short squeezes. Whether it goes to $20, $200, that's anyone's guess. But in terms of bets, I like my odds here. I like what's going on. I like the movement. I like everything else. And one last thing I'll leave you guys with, and this is actually really funny. I heard this today from a guy that I trust, a reliable source, who I value. And he told me that big players holding stock in Fidelity were getting phone calls on a Sunday asking to borrow their shares. Like, if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what does. a company like Fidelity, as big as Fidelity, calling investors, basically begging them to borrow their shares. And now, is this about the shares or is this about the dividend, which was issued as of April 1st, I think was the record date. Happy April Fool's Day, shorty. But this is just crazy to me. So this story is still unfolding. I encourage you guys to check out the GTII newsreel. These guys are fighting real hard. I encourage you guys to look up $GTII on Twitter and see what's going on and see the war that's being fought with all these guys. And once again, I want to remind you that, look, I'm not a financial advisor. I hold no accreditation. I'm a fucking high school dropout. I fucking learned half the shit that I know just from talking to guys online and going on YouTube. So if you're listening to me for stock picks, you got something fucking wrong with you. Don't do it. Do your own fucking research, okay? That's going to be my only disclaimer that I'm going to give you in this video. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the next week, man. We could see something really crazy, or we could just see the games continue. I don't know. It's hard to say, but look, it's Mike from Slinger Money signing out. Again, our website is slinger.money. If you like the content that we're putting out, sign up for our newsletter. It's right on the website. Website's under construction. We literally launched this thing 3-4 weeks in advance just to cover the GTII situation. So the website is not looking pretty, but it will be. But sign up. There's a box on there. You just got to put your email in. And then I think once you get the email, you have to tick a box saying, yes, I consent to getting all this. Follow me on Twitter at SlingerMoney. We've got an Instagram now. I'm not even sure what it is. I think it's like at slinger.money. I've got a chick that's going to be managing that for me and helping me with that because I know, as I said, know nothing about social media. The next big thing is going to be me trying to figure out how to upload this to YouTube and then get it on Twitter and all that shit. So, look, if you have any questions, hit me up. Email is reports@slinger.money. Or, yeah, as I said, Twitter. But, yeah, that's all from me. Over and out. Peace and good luck. Let's keep fighting. Let's not give up. And let's stick together. That's all. Peace.